This video demonstrates the integration of JD Edwards Sustainability Framework with Oracle EPM. In the interest of time, we have already collected stationary combustion data through activity records in Sustainability Activity Ledger using JD Edwards Sustainability Framework. The next step is to integrate with EPM for carbon calculation and reporting. There are a couple of options available for EPM integration. One is using EPM integration agent and the other is through CSV file upload. We have verified the integration using both these methods and they work fine. So now let me show you how EPM product looks like and how it can be leveraged for reporting. So this is the EPM sustainability application with its menus. We have already loaded the JDE activity ledger data and have also set up few basic components based on which reporting should happen, such as the activity sources, business units within EPM. So our next step would be to set the emission factors in EPM. So go to manage factors. So EPM has already included a set of emission factors for scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. So these are the preloaded emission factors within EPM for stationary combustion. We can verify the same, make edits if required, and then do the mapping for JDE activity sources. So STC, diesel, coal, what you're seeing here, these are the JDE activity sources, and we have done the mapping, that is which emission factor should be applied for this particular activity source. So that mapping is actually done here. Okay, so these are the emission factors for mobile combustion and other activities. And along with that, we have to do a couple of other mappings as well, like how do you map the business unit with the building within EPM. And there are some mappings which needs to be done for the reporting as well. So that mapping is also done here. So once all this mapping is taken care within EPM, it can calculate and display the emissions, which we can see in their dashboard. So as you can see here, the data is loaded for JDE. So I have created a separate version for JDE, and the data is for fiscal year 24. And you can see the split of the emissions here. That is how much is the carbon dioxide equivalent emission and how much is for methane, nitrous oxide emissions, etc. And this is the chart which is loaded for stationary emissions. Similarly, we have the charts for various other activities like mobile combustion, scope 2, scope 3 activities. And these are all empty because I have not loaded the data. I have just loaded the data only for stationary combustion. So let's have a look at this. As you can see, the emissions are displayed quarter-wise, and there is also an option to view the charts by fuel type, like gaseous fuels and liquid fuels. So this depends on how you configure the application. And also you can adjust the data if required and check detailed calculation. So there is a particular page which is available for checking the detailed calculation. So you can verify the calculation here, and post emission calculation, we can get to the final reporting step. So EPM supports multi-framework report. Let's try to execute the report for JDE data now. So we need to select the version here. And the reporting here is fiscal year 24 only. So just click OK to execute the report. So this is the CSRD report defined by the European Union. This shows the emissions for fiscal year 2024 because for that only we loaded the data. So it shows the actual emissions as 0.2 under scope 1 GHG emissions. Since I have not loaded the data for the other emission categories, it's all empty here. You can see here. So EPM is all about planning. So we can see the sample plans included here. That is, if you want to compare it with a target or how much you want to achieve the emissions over the period of years, probably you can create a sample plan associated for each and every year, and you can compare against your actual version, actual edition. In case you do not want this comparison, you can leave the sample plan as empty while running this report. In that case, you will not be seeing any values here. So this is the report for CSRD. In EPM, we can generate reports based on various standards followed by different countries or unions, such as GRI, CDP, TCFD, SASB, SET, etc. Organizations need to decide the standard that they need to follow and select the report accordingly. This concludes the demo for Sustainability Framework integration with EPM.